So my name is Dr. Alfred Mancuso, and I teach primarily the second year courses in the school counseling program for Alfred University through site. The Alfred University School Counseling Program through site is a cohort program that runs 2 years. And the way we work the program is everybody stays together and moves through as a group and finishes everything soup to nuts in 2 years. The biggest advantage of a cohort program is that you get to know your colleagues, you develop a professional network as you go through. You also build a lot of camaraderie. I think students tend to feed off each other as they move through the program because you see those familiar faces and you develop that support network. The vast majority of the students who complete the school counseling program from Alfred through site end up in the public schools. Some do go on and complete a certificate in, we call it the CAS, or Certificate of Advanced Study in Mental Health Counseling, and they go on to work for clinics or agencies. Well, the advanced certificate allows them to build on their pre-existing school counselor training and move outside of the schools. So the students who go on for that certificate and then complete the necessary licensure hours can have a private practice, they can work in a government agency, some of them work in hospitals and other more traditional healthcare related settings. Well, all the students are required in the school counseling program to complete a 300-hour practicum that's broken down into 2 semesters where they are in the school, typically 100 hours in their first semester, 200 hours in their second semester. And that's designed so that they can take everything they're doing in the classroom and put it to practical use in the schools. So when it's time to select a practicum, some students have leads that they use already, and other students, we have a faculty member who helps with placements, who's actually a 30-plus year veteran in the school, so she has a lot of contacts. If you're a prospective student for the school counseling program, you have to have a love and a passion for working in educational settings. You don't have to have prior experience. Students who apply to this program, some have been in education for years, others are thinking about coming into education, but you have to, in my opinion, have a duality. You have to have a passion for helping students succeed in an educational setting, and also an interest in mental health. I think a typical experience for students in the school counseling program is coming in, especially without an educational background, and having to learn both the mental health and the educational side of the ball, for lack of a better term. And that occurs really in the first year, where they get all of their theoretical groundwork laid down. And then in the second year, we start to see what I call the major development, where they start integrating all the skills that they've used. And there's definitely pressure. Completing a 48-credit program in 2 years on the weekend requires a lot of attention and sacrifice, but typically by year 2, they really tend to meld and bond as a group, and you start to see both the individualism come out, but then also the support that comes through working through a cohort model. School counseling is one of the few areas that's left where once you graduate from the program, there are no exams for school counselor certification. So you come into the program, you have to complete the coursework and the 300 hours of practicum, and then you are provisionally certified as a school counselor in New York State. For our students to attain the permanent certification in New York State, they need to complete an additional 12 credits. And have 2 years experience working under their provisional certificate. But there are no outside certification or licensure exam. The combination of the emergence from the recession and then the hiring freeze being lifted was a major benefit for our graduates.